Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy, also known, yes, I am also known by another name, and that is ETCG1 when posting videos to this channel. Now, before I get to the part where some of you have been waiting for it, some of you hate it, whatever, I need to let you know that this is a sponsored video. However, you should know that I would post this video sponsored or not. So I'm just fortunate enough to have an alignment with the sponsor UTI of this video as far as the subject matter. So without further ado, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Like, happy birthday. Here's a cake. I hope you enjoy it. Anyway, as I said, I would like to address this topic even if it wasn't a sponsored topic. I think it's extremely important for the fate of the industry. And I'm not saying the fate of the industry relies on me, but what I'm saying is I'd like to start a discussion here and put it out to you and see what you think and what your opinions are as far as what we can do to help the auto repair industry. Because let's face it, you know, I hear from a lot of different sources, a lot of different people that there are less and less people getting into the auto repair field. Well, why is that? I also have done a video in the past about the labor shortage and how that there's a lack of soft skills, it seems, out there in the world. So I think there's a little bit on both sides of this. And the side that I'd like to address is the side that I'm familiar with, being the old guy in the room. And the reason why I say that is because recently, I sat down with both Bogey from All Girls Garage and Humble Mechanic, and we had a roundtable discussion that a bunch of videos are being put together from, or some videos, I'm not really sure. Honestly, I think it would make an amazing podcast. So let's petition for that, because I think we'd have a really good podcast going on there. That being said, the topics, I say plural, of discussion were basically about the automotive industry, working flat rate, shop ownership, what it's like to get into the business, what it was like for us to get into the business. Me, I started in the business 25 some years ago, is when I became a quote unquote professional. And things obviously were very different then than they are now, but I heard similar things. I heard that, you know, the technology was going to change, and, you know, a lot of people that were in this industry were going to have to drop out because this technology was going to move us all out. During my tenure, I've seen the ability to change and go with the flow. So the people that are out there, I think technicians are smart, adaptable people. And I think that's one of the reasons they become technicians. And I think there's still plenty of smart, adaptable people out there, but I think there's a couple of things that are sort of working as roadblocks as far as getting into the industry right now. I think that there's a stigma on the automotive technician as a rip-off artist, as a dirty grease monkey, as that type of thing, but not so in this day and age. I mean, seriously, yes, there are still some of those out there, brake and tire shops and all that, and we need brakes and tires, not putting those people in a category that's subhuman, whatever, no, not at all. What I'm saying is there's been a shift, even in that realm, even in doing tires and things. TPMS sensors, for example, brakes, ABS, advanced ABS, traction control, adaptive cruise control, those types of things have all seeped into just about every single system on an automobile. So it's a lot more integrated system than it ever was in the past. In fact, the computing power of a modern vehicle exceeds that of the space shuttle when it first went up. Think about that. So we orbit the planet in a space shuttle and then come back down and land in a vehicle that has less computing power than what you have in your average sedan today. Think about that. So, should we be treated as astronauts or astromechanics? Not necessarily, no, but I think that getting back to the earlier point I was trying to make, I think that we need to paint it in a different light. It is a highly technological field, or can be a highly technological field, and the kids these days are really into that kind of thing. They play with their computers and their phones and their whatevers, and, you know, that's what they identify with. You know, back in quote unquote my day, Dad was out in the driveway working on the family whatever, or working on a car or something, and I would be out there poking around, asking questions, handing tools. That doesn't happen as much today. Not saying it's been completely wiped out, but what I'm saying is it's not nearly as commonplace. So there isn't really that path to, oh, hey, Dad's doing that, and, you know, the guy down in the corner is doing the stuff that Dad can't do, or Mom. That's what I see, and that's my entry, that's my gateway into what auto repair is and what it means, or just service and maintenance. So what I'm saying is that we need to first change the identity of that. And then here's the other thing I hear a lot, and I've been guilty of this too. There's not a lot of money to be made in auto repair. That's not true. And especially after my discussion with Bogey and Humble Mechanic, you know, that's sort of swayed my opinion, because, you know, I actually made a decent living as a mechanic. I really did. And I worked flat rate. And that's the difference here. One of the things that they brought up, which I thought was an excellent point, was that instead of throwing the newbie into the flat rate system, throwing them into the piranha pool, no, let's not do that. Let's start them out in a salary position to where they can slowly work their way up to the skill level that would be required for flat rate. Flat rate requires a lot of things, and time management is not an easy thing to master when you first start out in the field. Also, just work environments in general. The old people like me are holding you back. We're continuing to think in that way that, we've always thought for the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And bringing new people into that, if we're trying to bend them to the way we think when technology and the rest of the automotive world is going in another direction, I think we're doing them a disservice. I think really at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say here is that the culture of the auto repair industry, starting with the shop owners and shop managers, really has to change. We need to become more accommodating to young people coming into the field. And as young people, as I said in the labor shortage things, you guys need to work on your soft skills. You need to show up on time. You need to be ready to work. If you are and you're industrious, it is possible to make a living in the auto repair field in flat rate and make a really decent living. But you have to be dedicated, you have to be motivated, and you have to be focused on your job. Otherwise, don't expect the world to hand you anything. That's not the way this works. You've got to work for it. So on your end, on my end, we need to make an environment and a culture that's more accommodating to you. But on your end, you need to step up. You need to make it happen. You need to work hard. You need to focus. You need to show us that you're capable of for us to pass the baton on to you and for you to run with it. I don't think that there's a loss of hope in the auto repair industry right now. I think that there is tremendous opportunity. People talk about electric vehicles. I even made a video, will electric vehicles put your local mechanic out of business? And even in that video I said that the smartest and industrious of us will figure out a way. Open up a shop that just does electric vehicles. Brilliant. Teach yourself how to do that. Like I said, as technicians, we figure stuff out all day long. That's what we do. That's the core of what it is to be an automotive or a diesel technician. I mean, yeah, a lot of times it's parts replacement, but if you don't know what part to replace or you're replacing the wrong part, you're wasting your time. The real stuff happens when you know what part to replace. And then you have a general idea of what tools you need and how long it's going to take you to do it. And that's how you work the flat rate system. That's how you beat it. That's how you're like, oh, okay, I can make something out of this. I guess what I'd like to leave you with in this video is that I feel that there's hope. But I feel that there's a lot of work that needs to be done on both sides of this equation. One, we need to be more accommodating to people coming in, and two, the people coming in need to step up to the plate and show us how it's done. Show us a good work ethic. Good work ethic doesn't matter how old you are. That will take you a long way. I have Eric the Car Guy now because of work ethic, nothing, and luck, a lot of luck. But I'm here. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have this conversation with all of you. But I want to hear from you. What do you see as far as the weak points or the strengths of the auto repair industry? Or are you a young technician looking to get into the field? Are you, who are you? What is your opinion? What is your take on this in the auto repair industry, and what direction we are going, and what direction you think we should be going? And are those two things in alignment or not? That would be great to know. So this is the discussion. I welcome your comments to this video. I'll put links in the description to additional information, including the sponsor of this video. If you have automotive questions, ericthecarguy.com, also linked in the description. So in other words, please check the description for additional information. There will be other stuff there. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things that help me make a living. I really appreciate it. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.